Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for today's episode of Real Estate Disruptors. Today we have Franko and Chris Milan with Offer Now, more wholesalers killing it in the Phoenix market. And they're here to share how they've gotten to $250,000 consistently by wholesaling virtually in multiple markets. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Steve Trang, broker and owner of Stunning Homes Realty, founder of the Offer Fast Homes app, the only MLS for off-market wholesale properties. And I'm on a mission to create 100 millionaires, so if you want to join us, please connect on Instagram. If you're excited for today's show, please give me a wave, give me a thumbs up. And as a friendly reminder, I don't charge a dime for this show. I don't make any money doing this. So here's all I ask is what it costs for you guys to listen to this show. I am actively trying to get more subscribers on YouTube so that we can reach more additional non-subscribed people on YouTube. So if you're watching right now, please subscribe, click the bell so that we can tell YouTube to share this to more people. In addition, if you have a friend that needs to listen to this episode, please tag them right now. That way we can all grow together. And this is a live show, so please post your questions for Frank and Chris to answer. You guys ready?
Yeah. We're ready, man.
Ready. All right.
Ready whenever you're ready.
So first question is, what got you guys into real estate?
So we got in real estate, it was a while back. It was about 6 years ago. You know, we were trying to, I was flipping motorcycles. I flipped over 50 motorcycles. I would buy them, fix them up, you know, do a little bit of fixing up to it and list them on Craigslist. Selling to ASU kids, they would come and buy them, man. So that's kind of where the idea started. I was like, man, you could probably save capital and do the same thing with properties. Mm-hmm. So I started looking into it, but at the time I didn't have the work permit, so I couldn't get my license or any of that stuff. Worked legally in the States. And I was still working, doing a lot of I built a lot of businesses before this, you know, mobile detailing business. We used to go detail cars, trailers, you know, semis, all this stuff. We had our clients. When I got my license.
In Arizona?
Yeah, in Arizona.
So you guys are detailing outdoors?
Outdoors in this heat.
Oh, man, that sounds terrible.
Outdoor in this heat. We had a client that I remember very clearly. We'll go every 2 weeks, semis out in Litchfield, detail them. You know, a client will make like $300 in 2 hours. So it was good money at the time. I was 15. I think you were like 11, bro. You were like somewhere around there. We were young. So it was a lot of fun. But, you know, we did a lot of until I got my work permit. When I got my work permit, I signed up to become an EMT. I wanted to become an EMT, go into firefighting. I'm into working out and all that stuff. Sounds like, you know, firefighter sounds cool. They work out. But then when I signed up, I found out that I started doing my research, and I found out that when you get your certificate, since I still didn't have my driver license, but I still had my work permit, you couldn't become a driver. So you couldn't get the job. So I immediately canceled, got my money, joined real estate, and it was just, you know, from there on, never stopped.
So when was that?
That was about 5 years ago.
5 years
16 tries. I tried it, I failed 16 times, passed it on the 17th, state, passed it on the 5th. So
nice.
Never stopped, man. I didn't want to go back, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
How about you?
I got myself into real estate. My brother got me into real estate, and, you know, I heard about other 18-year-olds killing it, so then he introduced me to that. And one night I was just sitting there thinking about it and what I was going to do. And the next morning I just, you know, I didn't show up to the job anymore. I just quit, and I just started cold calling.
Yeah.
And that's how he had mentioned to me about other people killing it my age, so that's when I decided I needed to get into it.
I texted him one time. I was like, hey, bro, there's this kid, 18-year-old, making $2,000 a month. You know, to that time, it's a lot of money for a young kid. Mm-hmm. He started looking into it. I started doing my research while I needed to pay my bills. I lived on my own, so I was doing retail side. But the whole goal of getting my real estate license was for the investing side. So
yeah.
That's how he came across, and from there we just bounced ideas. We were, you know, trying to create something, and we just kept going at it.
So how old were you?
I was like about to turn 18. Yeah.
Okay. And who was the inspiration when you were like, these 18-year-olds that are killing it?
Hunter.
It was Hunter. I texted him, hey, Hunter, man. There's this kid I saw on social media. He's doing a flip. He's 18 years old, and that's where he looked into it.
And look where he's at now.
Yeah.
He's crushing it.
He's crushing it. Smart guy. Shout out
Super
to
sharp
Kidley.
guy. Yeah. Okay, so you got in, you got licensed.
Yeah.
But you didn't really need to start wholesaling.
I didn't.
So what was the purpose of getting licensed?
I thought you needed to get your license.
Okay, so you thought you needed to get your license. You got your license, and you got in, and he's like, oh, I don't really need my license.
Exactly. So I still need to pay my bills, of course. So that's why I was doing retail. Mm-hmm. I was doing sales. I still do them, but I have a team that It's all automated. I don't touch it. But that's what I thought. I was like, you need your license. You need that way you search properties on the MLS, because I thought that was where you needed to find the properties.
Mm-hmm.
But when we started digging into it, you don't need your license to flip and wholesale.
But you're still licensed.
I'm still licensed.
So I'm asking this question. I mean, obviously, I know you're licensed. We're licensed together at Stunning Homes. But there are a lot of people that are questioning whether they should get their license or not. So
I think they just overthink it, because having a license, it still helps. But you have to disclose that you have a license.
Right.
Have to disclose, and it has to be in the contract. We had our contract reviewed by our attorney over probably 5 times, and it's you have to disclose it, have it in writing too.
Right.
That way you don't get into any legal issues.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that transition. So you decide you're going to start wholesaling, right? You weren't flipping houses. You were flipping motorcycles, and then you started wholesaling houses. Is that
We started flipping houses.
So you started flipping houses.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk about that.
We got our first flip, was a property out in South Phoenix. We acquired it for, how much was it? Like 65, I think?
Yeah, something like that.
65. We got the property. It was me, Chris, my dad. We partnered up. We did all the fixing flip. That was our very first flip. But we were doing the work ourselves. We were bringing material. We were painting. We were there from 6 a.m. up to like 7 p.m. finishing tires. So we started looking into it. I was like, man, the whole goal before all the real estate it's always been freedom. We don't want to we want to create a team, a system where you don't have to work and then go and build other streams of revenue. So we saw that wasn't good. We still kept doing it because we were making $30,000, $40,000, sometimes $80,000 at times. But that's where we started. We started flipping, and he found his first wholesale deal.
Okay, so how'd you find that?
I was calling off of Craigslist to for sale by owners. Yeah, I was trial and error, asking the wrong questions.
What would be some examples of wrong questions?
What kind of roof type, your bill, like if it mattered, what else, like questions that the seller, didn't really matter, and it made me sound like, like, oh damn, this guy really know what he's talking about, and caused the seller to hang up on me. Yeah.
Okay, so you found your first deal on Craigslist.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that deal. So you find it on Craigslist. What did you do?
So I found it on Craigslist. I remember he mentioned to me that was a hot area. It was in Maryville.
The seller mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
That was nice
Frank had told me, because I told him what are the hot areas so I can call. So I put the zip codes on Craigslist, and I was just calling those zip codes.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. So then I found that one, and I looked at, the average home sales price was $120, and they were asking like 60, like 65, 75. So I called the homeowner, and I just tell him, he wanted to sell already, but I was trying to negotiate him down, and I set up the appointment to go get it, signed. But I had a review with him to check the comps, and it was a deal. And then we met up, we locked it up, and then we sold it to an investor. He helped me dispo it out, and we sold it for $17K and some change.
Okay, so your first wholesale deal.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. He calls me up. He's like, hey, I found this deal. He sends me the address. I'm like, bro, hold up. Let's renegotiate that deal. So I call the guys, like, because it's a little bit high based on what other people are getting them for. So I was like, I'm going to try to, because the prices, it doesn't make, we still got to get it for a little bit lower. So we changed it up, and we got it for a little bit lower, and I called the guy, and I think he was asking for earnest, wasn't he? We did end up putting earnest. We did put earnest for that one.
Yeah.
And we just put it out. We sold it. I remember when we closed on it, I went to go get the money from the bank. I put it in a backpack. I thought $17,000 was a lot just to get it like in a chunk. He comes to the apartment. I'm like, bro, here's the money. I give him like straight cash, $100,000 like that. We're happy, because it was the first whole deal. I remember because I was looking through the window like, where's he at? He's not here yet. He pulls in, and I give him the money.
So you're just giving him Benjamins?
Yeah, Benjamin, exactly. But it was funny because I still remember taking it out of the backpack, because duffel bag. Hey, here's money, bro. We made our first deal. It was funny. It was
that's a way to celebrate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're never going to forget that.
Yeah, never going to forget that, man. That was our first deal. From there, we just,
All right, so what are some of your early struggles in your business? Because you don't, like, some people hear these numbers, right? We put these on our titles, and it sounds a little clickbaity, right? It sounds really attractive, and we do that on purpose to get the people in. But you can't just overnight do $250 a month. So let's talk about some of your early struggles.
Yeah, so our early struggles would probably be we were going in person to sign the contracts, and setting up appointments to look at all these deals consistently, and definitely having to do the day in to day task. And when you're out at the office, you're not calling, which you're not talking to sellers, but that took up time of going in person and doing the appointments.
So when you guys are running not a solo operation, but basically you two.
Yeah.
So you guys weren't able to cold call because you guys were going to appointments.
Exactly. We were doing one thing, the other thing was frozen. So that was the struggle right there. We're just like, man, when we were doing the fix and flips, you remember when we were doing the fix and flips?
Yeah.
We were frustrated because we were at the fix and flips and nobody was on the phones. We were calling these deals to try to look for deals. Sometimes we would take turns. Sometimes he would look and I would be at the fix and flip. Sometimes he would be at the fix and flip, bringing material, and I would be looking out there. So that was the struggles, just not having a team to be able to acquire more.
So trying to do everything yourself, you couldn't give everything the attention it required.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what did you guys do to?
We hired, our first hire was an acquisition. Like, we need somebody on the phone. That way we're still out there. Then we hired a second acquisition, and I was still doing dispo. I was still doing the dispo enough until we had 3 acquisitions. And then that's where we let it go and hired a TC. Now we have a bunch of VAs, and we have a whole team running it.
Okay, so when was this transition? Like, when you guys started wholesaling, how long did you guys start wholesaling from flipping? When was that transition?
How long did we start wholesaling from flipping?
How long ago was that? You guys made the transition, okay, we're going to start wholesaling more than flipping.
That was, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
about 2 years ago.
Okay, so you guys made that decision, and then you guys found that you guys were kind of losing time. So you guys started hiring. How long did that take? Did you guys make that decision to hire?
It didn't take us much. It was like probably 3 months because we saw the frustration like this. We got to hire. If we would go back, we would hire right away. But first you got to find out. You got to know each position before you hire someone and be able to tell them something, how to do the role.
Right.
Otherwise, they won't understand. You'll be pivoting a lot, trying to change up things a lot. So you have to experience that to be able to tell them, and so you can believe it and they believe it too.
You got to master it first before you can
You got to
delegate
master it
it.
first.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys started delegating, but you guys were still going to the appointments. Because you were talking about, like, that was one of your early frustrations, going to the appointments.
Yeah.
So when did that stop? When did you stop physically going to the appointments?
We try to change up our script on doing it more, just little techniques of telling it, like DocuSign, big corporates use this. So it's, legit. And it kind of like, cause it's just that those like psychology, that helps give it credibility for them to sign over the phone.
Yeah.
And just, saying like, oh yeah, we have a company and we're located here, and so we have office. And just stuff like that to avoid that of going in person and doing an appointment.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long ago did you guys expand to other markets? Like, when did you guys go to your second market?
We were trying about a year and 2 months ago, year and 3 months, somewhere around there, and that's when we hired our mentor. And that's when, we were trying to do it backwards. We thought we needed an office, agents, et cetera, and that's when we hired our mentor Vargas, Rafael Vargas, and that's where we saw how it was, how to get it done. We believed it. We came back, applied, and we've been going at it since then.
So 15 months ago, you guys decided to go virtual.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did your business look like before you guys decided to go virtual?
It was just local. It was me, Chris, Naomi, Brian. They were acquisition. I was still dispoing properties out. And we're still letting them go to the appointments, but sometimes they were not confident enough. And it comes back to training, because you got to train your guys how to run comps and sales as well. So sales is very important. The script, following the script. And we switch up their mindset as far as guys, we focus on properties I tell the guys, this is exactly what I tell the guys. They're just little boxes. We're focusing on areas where they're all the same. They're not custom homes. So don't be scared of shooting an offer in person, over the phone. Don't be scared of locking it up over the phone. At the end of the day, they're just boxes. That's why we have a contingency in the contract. If the property's not what they said, we back out.
Yeah.
So it sounds big because it's the biggest asset someone's going to buy. So,
right.
But you got to switch up their mindset, make them believe, so you can lock it up over the phone.
Yeah. So I stopped by your guys' office
Yeah.
when you guys were doing sales training. So when you talk about sales training, you're not like, you're not just throwing it out there. Like, you guys are doing it. Like, how committed are you guys to your sales training?
Every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, every morning before they hit the phones.
Yeah.
Just mindset, because it's all mindset. Like going over the same thing repetitive. And something I tell the guys, what do the Lakers do before playing a game? They warm up. They just don't go in there and just start playing ball. To say it's no different.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Suns. The Suns.
They're not doing that good.
I guess they're not. Yeah, I guess they're not doing
that good. So.
Okay, that's fair. So, obviously, we have a lot of peers in our market, right? We got our friends, competition in Phoenix. How are you guys different than all our friends?
Yeah, I think the reason we're different is because we try to we make offers on homes at the offer where we're able to close on it, just in case, for any type of reason the seller needs to move out, title's clear and they need to move out 2 weeks or a week before. So we make offers where we know we're going to close on them. And, Frank, just yesterday we sent wires out to about 4 properties we closed on.
Yeah.
So, we make offers that, we want to provide a smooth and simple process for the home seller to know that they're getting taken care of and we're going to close on these properties at all causes, to solve their solution, because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We're trying to provide a worry-free solution to them and not just lock up something and, not be able to close on it and definitely just, get bad reviews.
Yeah.
That's sorry to interrupt, but that's something that a lot of guys don't understand in this industry. This is customer service. You listen to Jeff Bezos, he focuses on customer service. Jeff Bezos.
Oh, Jeff Bezos.
I have our friend Josh too, Josh Snow. He tells, I'll go on and beyond to satisfy my customer, because if they start giving you bad reviews, you're not going to go far. So you got to see it. A lot of people see it as a get rich quick scheme. It's not like that. You got to see it as long term. You're building a company, because eventually there's a lot of companies coming up, and you got to be different. So you got, ever since day one, our name's been meant to be different. Offer Now. We came up with that name 15 months ago, somewhere around there. Ever since that, it was like, we can't be like local, like investments, acquisitions, or some name like that. We got to think outside the box.
Yeah, I like that. Offer Now. It's fair. Sounds very much like Offer Fast.
Thank you. So we got $1 billion company. I'm telling you.
We're both $1 billion companies.
Exactly.
So one of the other things I noticed in your office when you guys are talking, about some of the situations, and you're talking about how you're servicing the homeowner. So one of the things that stuck out was like you guys are paying for moving, you guys are giving them money before close. Like, talk about some of the things that you guys are offering to separate your offer from some of the other offers.
We do the Offer Now experience. My brother put it together, Offer Now experience. We offer 2 movers, a truck, provide them, there's a lot of elder people that don't have the time, the energy to move. So we provide that, and our transaction coordinator helps them find apartments too, gives them the option. Hey, we found this place. It fits your criteria, and it sees if it works for them. If we need to make a payment, that first payment for them, we make it. We help them move to get this deal closed successfully.
Yeah.
Because we're all busy, we go to work. Last thing we want to do is come home and start moving and dealing with all that stuff. So that's why our company is very valuable, and we provide that service, that smooth transaction, where you don't have to have people going in and out, dealing with repairs, renegotiating, all that stuff that's involved. So that's what we're going to offer. That's what it's going to be.
All right. So just a quick tangent. So right now we're talking about a lot of wholesaling, and again, you guys are licensed. Are you turning these into listing opportunities at all?
We are. We're working it. We already have our system in place. We work, but now that we keep it, because it's one step at a time. You got to work strategically. Can't just jump into everything. But yes, we're listing these properties.
All right. And again, that's an emphasis for some of you guys that are debating whether they get licensed or not. It's just a lost opportunity.
Exactly.
If you're not licensed, you can't offer that other solution. Are you guys flipping at all?
We're getting back into it. We're working on structuring again, and that's now we're missing out on the flips.
Yeah.
But we're focusing on the right zip codes that make sense. Any 6-figure checks.
Yeah. So. Okay. And what does your organization look like today?
We have about 20 cold callers. We have 4 acquisitions, 1 disposition, and another guy that JV specialist, but he also helps out the disposition side, and also our TC, and she's transitioning to our branch manager that handles all the operations.
Mm-hmm.
And we have about 4 or 5 VAs that help with the marketing, displaying the properties.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
So the 20 cold callers,
Mm-hmm.
where are they?
They're virtually. They're about 10 of them are in the Philippines, and the other 10 are in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any reason why you guys split them up 50-50?
We actually started with the Philippines once, and they've always been trained to bring distressed leads. So we decided to keep them because, they brought in a lot of great deals to the acquisitions team
Mm-hmm.
by the KPIs that we track.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to keep them, because they're quality. But
Yeah.
it did take some time to find those right ones.
So what do you guys pay your VAs? Or your cold calling VAs?
The cold calling VAs, they're the Philippines ones are they're about like $5-6 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Mexico ones are about like I want to say 8-7.
A little pricier. He charges a little bit more.
Well, yeah.
Our people charge us a little bit more.
You get
Yeah.
the Mexican special.
But they're really trained though. They're really
Yeah.
trained. Their English is good. They're solid. I mean, we can go to Upwork and find people that charge like $3, $4, but
Mhm.
you don't want to go with that. You don't want to do that.
You
We've already
got to
been
pay
there.
for talent.
Yeah.
You got to pay for talent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And then your acquisition guys, so they're hitting the leads that have been warmed up
Mhm.
by the cold callers, or I would imagine by some of your texting and whatever. What do you pay your guys for closing these, warm leads versus cold calling themselves?
I'll let Chris answer that one.
The acquisitions guys,
Yeah.
we pay them. They have base salary plus commission,
Mhm.
7% of the commission. that
7%?
they make. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you guys, actually I already know the answer to this, but do you guys do anything special on your disposition side that sets you guys apart versus, the average person that's trying to dispo themselves?
I would say building relationships
Yeah.
is really crucial. You can't just shoot out a property address, text. I receive texts all the time. Ask me, do I know these guys? I don't.
Yeah.
Companies come up every month, new companies, and I really never receive a call from them, and they just, hey, I see that you this and this, and it just, again, it's relationships,
Yeah.
building relationships.
Well, what I liked when I was in your guys' office was you got your VAs creating flyers, and you guys are basically harassing all the realtors in the area.
Something like that, yeah. Reaching out to the correct ones. Yeah, the correct ones. The guys who do cash transactions on
Yeah.
investments.
But I thought that was great, right? Like,
Yeah.
you got a property, it's like, this guy's he's got a buyer in his database somewhere. He's a
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah.
Send him these flyers. So, like, I don't see a lot of wholesalers sending me flyers of properties that are off market that are, I would say, any kind of quality, right? We all get the MailChimp constant contact
Yeah.
emails.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's the laziest thing to do.
Yeah.
Blast text, blast email. It's like easy. Someone's gonna buy it. I just shot it out.
Right.
Got to go on and beyond.
But I love the fact that you guys are creating the flyers, emailing to them, and then calling to let them know
yeah.
that there's a property available.
Yeah. And the ones that say they don't want a property, we tell them, you're saying no to money.
Exactly. Just
That means you don't want to make no money.
You don't want to make no money.
All right, so let's see. There was a question here earlier.
Bring the questions, guys. Bring the questions.
Edwin Wong wants to know, what are your top 3 lead lists to hit? So your 3 favorite lists.
Vacant out of state owners, tax defaults, and high equity, absentee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about the tax defaults, because
Mhm.
you guys are in multiple states,
Yeah.
is the tax defaults good here for you guys in Arizona, or is that really more like on a national level?
Yeah, it would be like it definitely works different in all the cities,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it just varies. But those are the top 3 off of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to keep track, they're all different. They perform different in each city.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also sticking to the list too, because we're all hitting the same list.
Yeah, we are.
It's all follow up. Yeah, it's all on the follow up.
Yeah.
It's all on the follow up and training the guys.
Right.
So.
Definitely. No, that makes a lot of sense. So one of the questions here is, let's see, who is it? Chris Allen wants to know, what states are you guys working in?
We're in Arizona, Texas, Georgia. We're in Nevada. We're also touching base. We're in different. Those are 4 strongest markets right now, but we're in other ones as well. But those are the ones where we're actually doing deals.
Okay. And Chris Allen wants to know, did you invest in a course to start wholesaling? So, of course, you talked about the mentor. So how much was the mentors from Ryan?
It was expensive. That's all I'm going to leave it there. It was pricey. Yeah, it was pricey.
Okay. So if you guys want to find out, you guys got to go straight to Rafael.
Yeah. Or contact us as well, too. We can help you guys out, too. Let's network. Shoot us, contact us on social media. Chris, what's your hashtag?
Chris Milan.
Chris Milan _
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So we talked about how you guys are finding your deals. Pulling data. Do you guys have a favor for pulling data?
Yes, we do IDI, we do TLO, we do tracers. Do straight from the source.
Yeah. And then as far as KPIs, what are some of the KPIs you guys are important to you? You know, your business is a little bit different since you guys are in multiple markets. Mm-hmm. What are some of the KPIs that are important to you guys?
Some of the ones that we have the operations keep track of is definitely talk time and how many leads it takes them to get a contract. And the other one is like what zip code is performing better in each city, and constantly hitting that one. Since we're, like you said, we're in a few cities. And another one is how fast the deal sold.
Yeah. So talk about talk time. Why are you guys tracking talk time?
It's the more you call, the more you call, the luckier you get.
That's true.
The more leads you touch, the more.
But that's dial time.
Yeah.
Right. So you're saying talk time. You're talking about talk time or dial time?
Yeah, talk time.
Talk time. We actually talk time.
Yeah. So what is it about talk time? You're trying to have as long a conversations as possible?
That lets us know it should take an average, like to present an offer, it should take no longer than 8 minutes. If they go down the process, and just go straight line.
Yeah.
So definitely it lets us know how many offers they presented, and that how many offers they did a day to the week, and we average it out by how much talk time they did in the whole week to the day. So that's why we track that, and then it lets us know if they're doing only 30 minutes of talk time, then lets us know they weren't on the phone.
Right. Okay. So Sam Velasquez wants to know, what are some of the important tools and factors for your business when you consider opening in a new market?
Having the data, buying the data, and start working on your buyers list.
Yeah.
Networking,
So how are you guys building a buyers list remotely?
We do it multiple ways. The real estate agent side, going 1 mile, 2 mile radius within where we get the deal. We network in Facebook groups. We do Craigslist. We do Zillow. We're bringing buyers from the MLS as well.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And our VAs do all that stuff. They input in Podio in our mailing system.
So Adrian Argueta wants to know, where did you find these cold callers?
We found them.
Oh no, where my brother found them.
Yeah, we hired them off of. So there's different companies out there, but some of them just started off of Upwork, and they just use referrals for the ones that are performing. And then there was the one in the Philippines that get managed by a lady that's like familiar with, like, she actually keeps track of all that. Their how the questions they're asking on the phone, so listening to their conversations and making sure the leads are qualified. So she actually helped me hire the Philippines ones, and then the ones in Mexico were actually they reached out to us, and we were we liked what we seen, so we hired them, and they had the call center in place.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then so there was a question here. Ricky Morgan wants to know, how do you accurately calculate your offer virtually if you're not seeing the houses?
So the way we calculate it is because we have MLS access to each of these cities that we're in. And the great thing about the other cities we're in, the only one that I see is different is the one in Phoenix and Tucson and San Antonio. But the ones like in Dallas and Austin, Houston, Atlanta, Georgia, they all use the matrix, even the Las Vegas. And what the good thing about that is that you can go back to 400 a year back and you see twos. And the good thing about those twos is that lets you know that the property was bought and resold within the last 12 months. So you kind of see what the cash purchase was at and what the investor ended up closing at, or what he's trying to push it out at. So you kind of get an idea what ARV, what percentage they're buying at, and that lets you know right off the bat if it's a good deal. Let's say the homeowner wants $60K and 2,100 square foot. Then you see that property. You see a two that the property's 2,100 square foot, and they bought it for $80K and it was completely gutted, and you already know it's a deal if that property is in that same condition and they want $60K, or if it's in better condition they want $60K.
Yeah.
So that's basically how we tell our guys, because it differentiates and being in different markets how much they're buying on the dollar. So we just tell them to look at the cash sales.
Awesome. And then Edwin Wong wants to know, what is your net profit margin per month as a percentage?
We keep about 40%.
40% net?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Joey Visual wants to know, do you have any other mentors before Raphael?
We've had quite a few in different departments, not just real estate. We've had, co-hatter. Which other one did we get? We've had a couple more,
Yeah.
We also always are, and I would say maybe our best mentors books. We've consumed. I went to San Diego. I listened to an audiobook on the way over there, and then to another one on my way back. So we're always learning. He's always showing me videos and new stuff, and I was like, we listened to it, we bounce ideas. Last night I got back from San Diego. He called me like, hey, did you listen to that book that I sent you? They have this idea. So we're always learning. So the books are the biggest mentors.
Yeah, and I know that's true because I've seen you. Actually, I had gone to Orange County, and I had taken a picture of me listening to an audiobook, and you were actually messaging me like, dude, I'm listening to that same audiobook right now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else is there. I'm probably butchering this name, but I'm guessing Dejón Mendoza wants to know, if you were starting again from nothing, how would you approach business? How would you approach building your business?
If you were starting from nothing, how would you approach
Building your business right now
to where you're at? Have to reinvest. Don't buy dumb stuff. Reinvest back into the business.
But if you were starting with nothing right now, let's say Offer Now gets shut down for whatever reason, and it's just you two on your own again without.
We'll restart it. Because we already know any other business. Hire a mentor. Hire a mentor. I would hire a mentor to shortcut the learning process.
Yeah.
So we'll go into a different industry. If we couldn't get back into real estate, we'll just go into another different. Which that's what we're already working. Not because it's going to get shut off, but we're working on a ton of more streams of income.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Louis Shapiro wants to know, when it comes to the closing table, seller finds out how much you're profiting and they want to cancel, what do you do? Has that happened to you guys? Or seller wants to cancel at the end because of the assignment fee?
Not that I can remember. It's not consistent. Rarely, but we just have our TC closes them. She persuades them to close.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't happen. That's why you set your expectations since the beginning.
Yeah.
Hey, seller, we're an investment company. We make profit. We either buy it to rehab it, we buy it to keep it as a rental, or we sell it, make an assignment fee.
Yeah. So
that shouldn't happen. You gotta be transparent. I know a lot of people, are kind of trying to, hey, I'm gonna buy it. You have to be transparent with what you're doing. That way you don't run into these surprises.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, is making sure they know that you're making a profit off of this.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to some of these other questions.
Because at the end of the day, it's not. I mean, you're a business. You're in here to make money. So I don't know why. You gotta be upfront. I don't know why you're scared of saying it.
Corey Lewis wants to know, you guys listen to any other wholesale podcasts besides Disruptors, obviously?
Real estate Disruptors.
Okay, so we talked about what markets you guys are in. So monthly marketing, how much are you guys spending a month in marketing?
So we use
including data and skip tracing and all that other stuff.
Around 40 grand.
40 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you guys spending total, like overhead for everything?
Close to 100,000.
100,000.
Close to it.
Man,
Close to it.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You gotta play. You gotta go big to play the game.
Yeah, for sure you got to pay to play, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the lotto's. Was it the pick? You can't win if you don't play.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
So what are some of the most valuable resources? Like things that people need to go check out, they need to learn about, tools, whatever.
I would say, what do you say?
Um,
I would say data. You have to, data's more is key.
Yeah.
That's the thing you need. Everything else you can learn it. You can watch YouTube channel. I mean, yeah, you just learn. Data's the thing you need to be able to get these deals.
Yeah. So is there any particular data source that you guys prefer? I mean, we were talking about skip tracing data, but as far as like lists or whatever, is there a particular list source you guys like?
There's a lot of different ones, but then it comes back to you analyzing the market you're in, and you want to become profitable right away. So you want to definitely get all the zip codes in that county or city you're going into, and study that zip code. Obviously, starting off, you don't want to go into the hyper competitive zip codes because you'll get burned out, especially if you're a newbie and you're not really good on the phone. So you want to check the sweet spot, depending, where days on the market, but it's still stuff selling. You don't want to go where stuff is selling right off, the shelf, and there's like little to no listings.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to check the zip codes and break it down, and then get all your high equity list off of those zip codes.
You don't want to spray and spray. You got to be strategical.
Yeah. Okay. And then Jeff Under wants to know how many leads do you need to close on one deal? And before we answer that, you probably should, how do you guys define a lead?
Lead is somebody that wants to sell their property at a price where we're able to sell it to an investor.
So someone that's raised their hand, says, yes, I'm willing to sell my house at a discounted price.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's a lead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how many of those do you need to close a deal?
Probably, like those are more qualified, so I would say probably around 20 to 30.
20 to 30 of those you need to close one?
Yeah, because if it's like the ones that, that's too much. I would say, for the ones that aren't qualified, that just leads coming in, I would say probably like 40 to 50. It variates. But yeah, it'd probably be less. I'd have to my operations would give you that answer for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how many houses are you guys wholesaling a month right now? This is all from Jeff Underwood.
We're close to the 20. We're acquiring 24. In a perfect world, we would sell all 24 to 20 that we acquire. Get under contract. We have some that have liens. There's one that we put a memorandum 4 years ago. So, but about close to 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always like, those get us. The ones where you have liens, there's good spreads. And you're like, man, there's one we have right now, 40K, that it's going to, we have to wait on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 20 properties a month. And what are you guys' average assignment fee? What's your targeted assignment fee?
Target, we tell the guys 16K, but the thing that does help us as well too, we're able to get a lot of, it comes back to training the guys. Our profits are a little bit higher. We're close to 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
So
20 plus.
Yeah, 20s. But our average, I tell the guys, hey, this is what you need to sell it for 16,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so Jonathan Tennyson wants to know, do you guys have boots on the ground in every city that you're in?
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, not guys. We network with guys, so we do have boots on the ground. Yeah. So we have agents that we work with.
So there's a realtor in every market that you guys are in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Nixon.
Mauricio.
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Mauricio, I don't really understand your question, so if you could just please rewrite that. And then Corey Lewis wants to know, what would you guys do if the market, or how long do you think before the market turns?
I would say probably 18 months.
18 months?
19 months. That's what we got.
Yeah.
We still got a lot of time.
Still plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time to make a lot of sales. So.
And then Tyree West wants to know, what are you going to do if the market downturns?
We'll capitalize.
We'll capitalize on buying assets that are in the locations that make sense. And, we get private money to take down these properties, and especially You know, in the right areas, definitely. So I would say land is definitely, and like commercial buildings. Yeah.
Businesses as well. There'll be a lot of opportunity.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then Clippy Remo wants to know, where do you guys get your vacant list from?
One of them is app.reww, the Ken Clothier.
Mm-hmm.
And then also there's a lead stacker that you can upload your list, and it verifies it through the U.S. Post Office that it's been verified vacant.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stack your list, your tax defaults, pre-foreclosure list, and you look at all the ones.
You guys like the RWW list?
It works, yeah.
It works.
Does it?
It works for us.
Yeah, we used it. And we was like, man,
You
this
guys, it's all
were
on the
not-
follow-up.
It could be all on the follow. You're 100% right. We did it. We didn't like it. Her music sounds good. Ask, should a wholesaler have a target number for their assignment fee?
They should. Yeah, I think they should. That way you know what you need to acquire for and sell it for. Otherwise, you're just getting anything in it, and that's where you start pissing. Don't piss off sellers for us, guys. Don't piss off sellers for us.
Yeah.
Because when we call them, then they say that so-and-so offered so much.
Yeah, they have a target goal. Definitely, we have one guy, Brian Lopez. He's always going over and trying to call him the whale hunter, because he's always getting the big spreads.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always motivated to get the big spreads.
Who, Brian?
Yeah.
That's our guy. That's our key guy right there.
Yeah.
Key player.
Yeah.
Young guy, too.
And I'll add to this, you should definitely have a target. I mean, for us, it's 15. And the thing is, like, our target is 15, but after we tie it up, we can't move it, or we're only going to make 3K, then we only make 3K.
Yeah.
The target is 15. It's not that we won't close. If it's less than 15, we'll still close. Or either we'll assign it for less, we're only making 3K, or sometimes we'll just take it down ourselves because we made a commitment to the seller.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Reputation is key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How long does it take Anthony Garcia wants to know, how long does it take for your acquisition team to run comps and lock up the deal?
It's right there and then. What is it? It's 5 minutes, less.
Yeah.
It's just we've trained them at, before they hit the sales floor, they need to have the screens ready, all the MLS is open on one side and Podio on one side. That way they just solid.
So let's talk about that transition, right? So you get your cold callers overseas or down south, and they've got a seller that says, yes, I'm thinking about selling my house for cash. They got to transition to the acquisition team. What does that process look like?
So it gets put into a web form on Podio, and then definitely it has marked as, warm, hot lead, depending on how much they want and if they want to get called. And when they go on new untouched, and then the acquisition are able to see and lock up the deals on Podio and categorize them. And we have somebody definitely go through the leads and check that they're qualified.
So how quickly from when the VA says this is a real lead until the acquisition person knows? Is it like immediate? Is it instantaneous?
Well, they're constantly getting leads, but definitely, they're getting fed the hottest ones and getting tasked on those just in case they need to be called. But yeah, it can be instantaneous if they need a call or something, because we have properties where the owner is under contract and they're not closing, so they decide to definitely go another route.
It depends what time the lead comes into, and the guys, let's say, comes in at the end of the day, it'll be the following day, or if they're on a computer, sometimes they prepare their leads the day before. Most of the time, they prepare them the day before, and they come in and know which ones to call right away.
Gotcha. And then, so we talked a lot about the list. We talked about the skip tracing. So let's talk about the preferred method of communication. So, I mean, obviously, cold calling is really hot right now. Texting's pretty popular. RVM is pretty popular. What are you guys doing? What's most effective for you guys?
It's always going to be cold calling. It's never going to be. That's why you can't never, how do you say, robotize or whatever the word is. This industry, there's always has to be someone talking to someone on the other line.
Yeah.
People have emotions. They have attachments to these houses. There's always constantly that you're going to have to. They're going to need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
to some extent.
So cold calling is still your guys' number one.
Yeah.
So the 20 cold callers, cold calling all the time versus lead Sherpa or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Miguel Degodillo wants to know how many leads are you guys generating on a daily basis?
Daily basis, it's different every day, but I would say it could go 60 up to 100.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it just depends, how many RVMs and SMS we're sending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what is your guys' why? What is your motivation? What's pushing you? Because you guys could stop right now. You guys in 4 markets. You guys could stop. Why go to the 6th market? Why go to the 8th market?
Yeah, true. It's freedom. At the end of the day, it's freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And helping those around you, family. Freedom and family.
Yeah.
Freedom and family, and as you start growing, you start thinking more. It's like, okay, well, you know what? On my team, I want him to make $10,000 a month every month.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see them working hard, and it's our team, freedom, family.
Gotcha. Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, you pretty much said it.
Yeah.
Stop pissing off our sellers.
And what is your guys' biggest struggle right now?
Time. We need more time to be able to finish more in a day.
Yeah.
Finish more audiobooks. Look into research more businesses. It's time, to tell the truth.
Have you guys done anything about that? Have you guys done any training for that?
For time?
Yeah, time management, that kind of stuff. Because I
It's
know
just there's not enough time in the day
Yeah.
to finish like all these stuff. Last night I'm not even lying. I got back from San Diego. I was 30 minutes away from finishing the book, the book I was telling you, Expert Secrets. So I put my headphones and I started listening. I fell asleep, but because I wanted to finish it.
Yeah.
So
On 2.5,
2.0 speed.
2.0 speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he taught me about that. I was like, no, this is too fast. Bro. This is too fast. And the more you listen to it, the more you grasp on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. You got to listen to double speed at least.
You got to.
What is, I'll ask both of you guys each, what is your superpower? I'll start with you.
I don't overanalyze it. I just get to it and figure it out later. So you just need to tell me that, like wholesaling, you just need to tell me that I need to get a seller in the contract where we're able to sell it to an investor and he still makes money.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't overanalyze it and just started calling.
Just start doing it.
Yeah.
Action taking.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
Vision and being genuine, charismatic, networking, connecting with people. So that's very key too.
Got it. And guys, again, this is a live show, so if you guys have questions, be sure to answer it.
Bring your questions, guys. Hit us up on social media too. Official Franko Milan with the K, and Chris Milan __.
Yeah, you changed your name. I was trying to tag you this
How to
morning.
go official,
I couldn't find millennial entrepreneur.
Millennial entrepreneur. He's like, bro, that name's whack. You need to change it. I was like, I've been an entrepreneur. I'm not only we've always been looking into multiple business and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the greatest lesson that you've learned?
Having a team, not jumping into the shiny syndrome object, not because I see, I see this person making this much, I'm gonna go invest $10,000, because that's exactly what I did. When he did it too, I invested $8,000 into postcards when I started.
He did what? He made how much? How did he do it? All right, let's go do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I invested $8,000 postcards, like when I very first year in wholesaling.
Yeah.
All the calls started coming in.
Uh-huh.
I started seeing the phone ring. I got overwhelmed. I was like, not answering. I didn't get a single deal. He did the same thing.
Yeah.
We do the same thing. So having a team. So where I'm trying to go, having a team before you do that stuff. Being patient.
Yeah. That's a lot coming from you.
Yeah.
All right. How about you?
The most valuable lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, scaling up and having the processes and SOPs to be able to handle the growth, and having the right key people in place, so then you can add more marketing and definitely keep expanding.
So going on SOPs, who's in charge of the SOPs in your operation?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to elaborate what SOP is?
Yeah, standard operating procedures.
Yeah.
And the book that helped us is Scaling Up.
Mm-hmm.
Rockefeller Habits. We actually meet up on Sundays with she's RTC, but she's also helping out with the operations.
She's our branch manager slash. So
yeah, she's actually helped us out a lot, and we definitely go over them too.
Okay, but is she the one that's creating them? You're creating them? Who's making it?
We all talk about it, and then she puts it into place.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we need this, because this even, you need to have those procedures from the time, the questions you ask the people you interview until how you fire them, you know. You need to have all that stuff to not spend a lot of time into that and trying to figure it out. That way it's just this how it is. Okay.
Constantly reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what some of the other questions we got. We got a lot more questions now. Okay, so how's the Tucson market for you guys as far as wholesaling? That's from Louis Shapiro.
It's pretty good. Yeah, we've sold, what was it, the multi-units out there?
Yeah, we've gotten, it's definitely good. It's another, it has the right population. You just got to be hitting the right areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Daniel Perito, another stunning agent. He wants to know, do you guys close that condo you guys got for 40 with a 200 ARV?
We're in the process right now. We're getting an activity.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys get activity. There should be no price that you guys can't.
Yeah, I think he was there when our acquisition was locking it up. Yeah.
They assigned, tell you the truth, they assigned some this week, and I just got back in town yesterday, so I need to check what we assigned and all that stuff, so it might already be assigned.
Yep. That's a big one.
Yeah.
How much trust do you give the person that determines your MAOs?
How much trust?
Are you giving the person that determines your maximum allowable offer?
You have to trust them. You have to detach, otherwise you're always attached to the business.
Mm-hmm.
You have to train them, tell them where they need to get it at, and be able to be hands off. Otherwise, you're always going to be attached to it, and you're never going to grow and go see what else is out there. Okay, guys, we need a little tweaking, pivoting here on this side so we can just ramp it up. So you have to. So we give them all the trust. The guys, they know if we give them all the trust.
You want to create leaders in the organization, not minions.
100%. Yeah. Operation full of leaders.
Yeah. If they mess up, it's actually, I feel at fault because we didn't train them enough. So if this guy, he locked them up too high, it's not their fault. It's my fault because we didn't train them.
It was a training issue. Yeah. First time's a training issue.
Yeah.
Third time, it's a hiring issue.
Exactly.
So what dialing system are you guys using for cold calling? That's from Edwin Wong.
Phone burner and Zenko.
You guys like Zenko?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It gets the job done.
Yeah. We've gone back and forth.
Yeah.
Which one you like best?
We've gone back to Mojo. Yeah, we didn't. It's not that we love Mojo. It's just that's the one where it's easier for guys to do follow up, and follow up is king.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zenko, it takes a little bit to learn.
Phone burner is the same way.
Yeah. So Alex Jacobs wants to know, how many RVMs and SMS are you sending monthly?
We're spending probably around, I want to say about 10, 15 grand together, RVM and SMS.
Okay. Do you know how many RVMs and SMS that turns out to?
Not from the top of my head. It just,
Okay, what are you guys using for SMS? What are you guys using for RVM?
We have a system in-house that we use.
Gotcha. Yeah. Charles Moon wants to know, can you talk about the culture in your office and how you keep your people motivated to produce and stay?
In culture, you have to have your core values. It goes back to learning the scaling up, and something we learned from our mentor too, but it goes core values, those are very key. And what was the question again?
How do you keep them motivated to produce and stay?
Commission, hitting the target goals, incentives, quarterly goals, quarterly incentives as well.
So they get bonuses if they hit those quarterly incentives?
Yeah, we flew out Brian to Miami, paid for his boot camp, Grant Cardone boot camp, flew him out there, everything paid. So he hit the goals. He surpassed the goals. So we flew him out there.
Awesome. Ready for a pop quiz?
Yeah.
What are your core values?
Core values. Want to elaborate?
Why are you looking at him? Pop quiz for you.
Integrity, respect. Which is the other one?
What's called servanthood, leadership. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. All right.
And we added more to this thing. Our branch manager, she added more to it.
I'm telling you, we're being really hands off now, and they're running it now. They're running it. Yeah, just come check it out too. If you guys want to learn our core values, come check it out. We'll talk about it.
Last time you came, it's
cool. Yeah, it's awesome. You guys have it set up. It's displayed. Everyone can see it when you walk in.
Yeah.
Right. The core value is there for everyone to see it. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot. Just gotta be careful with your neighbor.
He's gone. Edward.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, that poor guy. He was so nice, except for when he was screaming.
Guys, he does really well too.
Yeah.
He's gone though.
Man, that was nuts when I was there.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let's see what else. There was another question here. Rashad Stevenson wants to know what percentage of your business is PPC and internet marketing.
So we're just transitioning into that. We weren't ramping it up because we were in the process of buying the domain, because we had a domain without an E, and that's now we're building our website, and it should be done here soon.
Domain without an E.
Yeah.
For offer now.
Yeah.
We actually now acquired the original one. We're going in negotiations with it.
But you guys have already locked it up.
Yeah.
It's all locked up.
Man, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That must have been
it's
pricey.
$1 billion company. Anyone who wants to write us a check, let us know, guys.
That must have been expensive. See, what was I negotiating with? I think, was it Offer Now that I was negotiating with? It was somebody. It was a domain.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. It was sellmyhousefast.com. I think that's what it was.
Really?
Yeah, sellmyhousefast.com. And she wanted like $50K. I was like,
whoa.
It's like, I want to buy it, but I don't have $50K to just throw out there.
The domain.
Yeah.
So that's something you guys, if you guys thinking of wholesale, make sure your name, actually, it's well branded, and it's not a local name, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking national, not just your typical acquisitions or investments, or I buy houses, something like that.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any favorite, best, or most interesting failures do you guys want to share?
Mine, we have tons, man. That's how we learned. That's why we learned. But top of my head, the most interesting, the postcards one. I think I already, I spent $8,000. Didn't have the team. Calls started coming in. Another one, fix and flips. I was doing 4 or 5 flips at a time, and it was just like, because I acquired a financing hard money lender that would do 5% down. Got excited. 5% down, and had all this overhead. I was like, man.
Yeah, those
trying to finish it fast.
Those hard money guys,
yeah,
they will collect every time.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, they're gonna be okay. If the deal doesn't go okay.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. So, is there any book more than any other book that you guys have gifted?
How to Win Friends and Influence People and Think and Grow Rich.
Yep.
And
MJ DeMarco, Cracking the Code of Millionaire, Becoming a Millionaire, something like that. That's where the name Offer Now came up, and it's just like he paints it very clear. If you open up a restaurant, you're only going to get local money. If you work on a business that you can do national, you're going to get national money. You're gonna get rich.
Right.
So that really expanded your mind.
Gotcha. Makes sense. All right. So I want you guys to think about something you want to leave the audience, the listeners, with, while I make a few quick announcements.
Okay.
So guys, friendly reminder again, Max Jimenez and I were doing our 2-day workshop where we're going to be going over our entire business, and that's going to be on September 20th and 21st. We're limiting access to a select group of people, so to see if you qualify to come to our workshop in Phoenix, please go to disruptors.com. And then I will be speaking in Houston for Wholesaling Live. Go to wholesalingslive.com and put in RED for 25% off. Also be in Biloxi, Mississippi on October 25th and 27th for Real Estate Roundup Live. If you want to check that out, go to bit.ly/RERLIVE. And then we've got, I'll be finishing the year in New Orleans with Chris Rude in December 6th through 8th for Skillathon 2019. And next week we've got Dominic Felix flying in from Jacksonville, Florida, and the legendary Sean Terry. He couldn't make it last week, so we moved him to Thursday next week. So with that being said, last thoughts, starting with you.
Think big, and then try to plug yourself from the business as soon as possible so you can think of other sources of income. And I think that's about it.
Yeah. So definitely, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You definitely got to put in the work, and you got to not just go in thinking, I'm just trying to make a check. You got to provide a solution to the seller in order for him to want to do business with you. Because if you go in with you're trying to get money just to go blow it, you got to come in that you're providing a service to the seller and able to get your first deal. If not, you're just going to be, running around.
Stop getting on the ground too much.
What's that?
Stop getting on the ground too much.
Oh.
And think of running your business.
Yeah, running the business. Yeah, no, I like that a lot, right? Put in the homeowner first.
Yeah.
All right. So if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
Instagram at Chris Milan.
And official Franko Milan or just Franko Milan with the K. Look us up, guys. Let's network. Let's connect in all the cities where we mentioned we're in.
Let's go through the cities again real quick.
So states, we're in Arizona, Texas, Nevada, and Georgia.
I know, but the cities.
Oh, the cities. Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, Tucson, Las Vegas, Atlanta.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you
awesome.
for having us.
Yeah.
Stop
Thank
pissing
you.
off our
Thank you
sellers,
guys for
guys.
watching.